I am the Renovation. It's a business which you accidentally, I suppose, started as a hobby and it's kind of
Yeah.
become your business. A lot of people have asked me about it last couple of weeks. Paul Sykes trainers, which sounds a bit ludicrous, but they're there, you know. So we're going to be doing you're going to be doing Lee Duffy ones,
Yeah.
possible Roy Shaw ones.
Yeah.
So what are you about? I am the Renovation. Tell us all.
Well, like you say, I started as a hobby. I've always worn trainers. I've always been interested in them, and in the last year or so, well, last 18 months or so, it's really kicked on. Branched out into doing the boxing boots with Junior, um, and yeah, it's just going from level to
Have
level.
you done any other big name in boxers? And
I've done big names in for trainers. I've done big name boxers like we've done Kel Brook, Kid Galahad, Billy Joe Saunders, Dave Allen, Terry Harper,
Hmm.
so on and so on. There's going to be big names. Obviously, people contact us now, which is great. We set up the business 2 years ago, just before the pandemic.
Hmm.
So
So you really
it's
you
been a
you
rocky 18 months or so with the boxing because there's
yeah.
not been many shows. Our lifeblood is obviously the small hall shows.
Hmm.
So that's getting back up and running now. Amateurs hopefully starting soon. So we're
You
looking
haven't
forward to
seen the
being really
best of
busy.
your business yet because if it's COVID.
No, on the boxing side of things, no. But I'm really fortunate with the trainers. I'd already built up quite a following,
Hmm.
and
That's you've got what 25,000.
25 on Facebook. We hit that last week.
Hmm.
Three or so thousand on Twitter, and just nearly 6,000 on Instagram.
Right.
So yeah, it's a great following, and thank you to everybody who
Hmm.
does follow me. Got some fantastic support, and to be able to do this now full time, it's a dream come true.
Hmm.
But obviously, like you say, we're going
How
to
busy are you then? I mean, do you do a lot?
I
Because I've
don't.
seen all your people. You
Well,
do
you've asked me today, haven't you, if I can read a book, and I wouldn't have time.
Scotland trainers, Julian Dix, any kind of sport, and
Yeah, I get approached.
Liam Gallagher, Stone Roses.
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of music, customs. That's where I really started. I took the name from Stone Roses title. I'm a massive Stone Roses fan,
Right.
big Oasis fan. And I took the name of the business from one of my favourite songs. And it started off as a bit of a joke. I did a couple pairs, and then it just kicked on. And people love it, mate. It's a real little niche now.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And yeah, I mean, like yourself, you've not really seen or heard of anything like this until we start speaking. But like I say, it's getting bigger and bigger. There's other guys out there, there's some other great work out there. There's some not so good, but you get that in every walk of life, don't you? I just do what I'm doing. I plod on. Try and drive the boxing side of things now, as the pandemic's hopefully going to be over soon. But like I say, I was lucky with the trainer side of things. We'd already built up quite a following, and everybody. I don't know if it's like some kind of buy British kind of thing at the time, weren't they? And people looking after small businesses, and I got a really good year behind me that year, and a lot of support last year. So really, really thankful for that.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, who are the stars you've worked with then? Because the people just say, right, I want my own. Because we've
Yeah.
done, of course, Alan Thompson, Geordie Boy. We're going to be doing you've done the Paul Sykes ones, you've
Yeah,
done the
the
Lee
Tomo
Duffy
trainers.
ones. What? Where does the link come from? Where does that spark come? I think, right, well, I'll do him, and he was a good player, and
Sometimes I'm approached, initially, like I'm very much into like retro clothing, and to be honest with you, I don't watch football anymore.
right.
Fell out with the sport a little bit, but that's another story. But I've always been a massive sports fan, so I love my old retro football shirts and stuff like that. And it was just a way to bring them back into the limelight as such, and put them out there on trainers, because a lot of the old Adidas kits work well on the shoes and stuff like that. So it's great to get them on there, and people are really, really into it. And it just went from strength to strength. I've had people in all walks of sport and music contact me. I've done a pair for Sir Jack Sabian in the past, Nigel Mansell,
Really?
Yeah, Nigel Mansell, which was and he sent me a book, so I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah.
2 signed books, one for me, one for my dad. So
Yeah.
that were great to do a pair for Nigel because he's obviously a massive name from when I were a kid.
Yeah.
There's a few others I just can't think off the top of my head right now, but yeah, it's always great to do work for people.
And what's your plan then? Are you literally, because you're massive following, and I suppose I got introduced you by Alan Thompson, and I think you knew I was or something.
Yeah, well, funny enough, I had messaged you and asked you if you did the audiobooks, but I think maybe somebody who controls your page must have put that message
it might
up.
have been Warcry Publishing.
Yeah, so I did message and I said, okay, because I watch a lot of the podcasts with Sean Atwood, James English, and I saw you on James English. No, not James English, Sean Atwood. And I enjoyed the show, and I thought, oh, right. I know who Paul Sykes is.
Is that where are you from?
I'm from Doncaster, so it's just up the
is
road
that, is that a big name in Yorkshire then, kind of?
I wouldn't say a big name.
But it's a familiar name.
It's better known now because obviously the books have been out.
Yeah, the film's coming.
Yeah, and I mean, where I'm from in Doncaster, I've actually trained, I used to do a bit of boxing training with a guy who's fought Paul. So that's when
Neil Malpass.
Yeah, Neil. And that's when I kind of looked into his history, Paul Sykes, and read up a little bit.
People are obsessed with that story. As I said, Jamie Carragher.
Well, the first time I watched the documentary, I was just blown away. It's like nothing I've ever seen.
Well, that's what made me become an author, and it's not only people. It's like Bob Mortimer is the League of Gentlemen, Ricky Gervais, Robbie Williams are fascinated with. Who's this guy? Who's this crazy guy on YouTube talking about punching sharks? Junior knows who he was. We spoke to him.
Yeah.
But he was kind of he's kind of certainly put Wakefield on the map, and he's going to become bigger when the film comes. So
yeah, I'm really looking forward to the film because obviously I've not read the books yet, unfortunately, but I'm going to do. You very kindly gave me a couple, and I'll get the audio on while I'm working. I've watched every documentary or little bit there is on YouTube about Paul Sykes, so you could say I'm obsessed in a way. I've watched the documentary, it must be 4 or 5 times now. Yeah,
Gary Sykes, the boxer, who's there's gloves behind him actually. He's obsessed with Paul Sykes, and there's so many people like that, and you cannot see a character like that who had A levels, O levels, but just couldn't stand.
That's the interesting
just had a passion
thing,
for punching people.
Not just a brute. He's a bit of an academic.
Intellect.
So yeah.
But more to come for you. And is there any trainers you wouldn't do? Is it like kind of? Have you been asked?
I've been asked a few times to do like the poppy trainers.
Right.
The last week forget stuff.
Is it always Adidas stuff and that you do?
Yeah, predominantly, but I do work on other trainers. Right. But the stuff I've not done.
Why not the poppy? Is that?
I have done them for certain people, but what I won't do is I won't go out there and make a batch of shoes and flog them all and take a profit from something like that. It doesn't sit right with me. So the bits I have done is for ex-servicemen, and it's. I mean, I did the Little Joe custom last year, which was for a guy who the last surviving soldier from the Arnhem conflict. So stuff like that, I'll take on. But I won't go out there and make a profit from war as such. So yeah, they're the only ones I won't really do.
Right. So what's your market, man? Is it the music, your sports, your true cries, just anything that is?
Yeah, but basically, what would you call it? Would you call it pop culture? I don't know. It's, I suppose it's a bit of a lads culture, isn't it?
Yeah, like Lads Mag, like you.
Yeah, that kind of. I mean, I suppose if Nuts magazine was still about now, we'd probably be getting our work in there. It's that kind of thing. It's just like it's moved on to Instagram, Facebook now, and people put their own stuff out there.
So if anyone sees this and your stuff everywhere, your PR skills is brilliant. Junior could be a bit better, but do you know what? If anyone think, I fancy them, because a lot of my friends have said, Lee Duffy trainers, Paul Sykes trainers, whatever. So how can they get in touch?
Obviously, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I am the Renovation.
I'm going to put all them links in this video.
People can email me on imtherenovation at gmail.com. I think you can get us through the website as well, which is imtherenovation.co.uk. I find it easier to pick up messages on Facebook and Instagram. So if you want, I'll always be able to respond quicker. I've got a great response rate, so I try and get in touch with people as soon as possible because you don't want to be hanging around for an answer, do you? I do a lot of work for people for Christmas and birthdays and things like that. I'm really busy, so it's around about 12-week turnaround on work at the moment, which is
really,
which is great. You know, it's fantastic to be that busy. As I say, I'm just thankful to everybody who's followed the page and is watching the journey, because there's more to come. And obviously on the boxing side of things as well with Junior, we're going to be really pushing Switch It, and now the shows are coming back. Obviously he's doing his book, so yeah, we're just looking to kick on really.
Right, well, if anyone who has any interest in the renovation, trainers, boxing boots, whatever, is there any other things you do apart from that? Like,
I've been asked to do clothes. I did look into doing some kind of clothing line, and it's not an idea. I've put it to bed for now, but it's not something I'll say never to. It's just going to be probably down the line. And also with the Switch It branding, we're going to be looking to do maybe some kind of stuff regarding that as well.
Well, listen, you're watching this on YouTube, so click on the bio and you'll find all the renovation links on there. So thanks for your time, Aaron.
No problem. Thank you very much, Jamie. Cheers.